Well, first of all, I had a girlfriend and a boyfriend, and then I found out I was pregnant, and I had to tell my girlfriend, like, we got to break up because now I don't know, I'm about to be pregnant. Like, do you want to be my girlfriend still? And she was like,
wait, what?
What? Yeah.
Okay, rewind.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Let's Say More podcast. I am Solange.
I'm Ava.
And today we have a very special guest.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. We have the infamous Fernanda.
Fernanda.
Round of applause.
Hi, guys.
Fernanda is here today to chit-chat a little bit with us about her coming out story, what it was like for her, and coming out with a baby because she came out at a really young age and she had a baby at a really young age. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk a little bit with her about that, and we're also going to play a couple of games with her, and we're going to do a fun newlywed game that I put together, so neither one of you know what questions are going to be.
Man.
It's a setup.
Because technically next week is Valentine's Day. We shoot this a little bit before that, but because next week is technically Valentine's Day, I thought we would do a little cute newlywed game and ask you some questions that are a little bit more on the romantic side. All right. So
Don't embarrass me with the questions.
Let's get started. We are going to start with, tell us a little bit about you, Fernie. So how old were you when you first had Mel?
Oh, wow. Guess really quick.
Guess.
So you know a lot.
Yeah,
I know.
Can't say anything.
So I mean,
how young do you think?
This is all new. This is all new information to me. So I'm gonna guess that you were like 16.
You're on the money. I was literally 16.
We should buy a lotto ticket today.
We should buy a lotto ticket. All right. So you were 16, and oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Solange's brain just went, wait a minute.
Oh man. And how old were you when you came out?
Well, shoot,
Like
I was
4.
Stupid. Well, first of all, I had a girlfriend and a boyfriend, and then I found out I was pregnant, and I had to tell my girlfriend, like, we got to break up because now I don't know, I'm about to be pregnant. Like, do you want to be my girlfriend still? And she was like,
wait, what?
What? Yeah.
Okay, rewind.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were dating
the biggest player pimp over here.
Yeah. Okay,
no,
so
it was all love.
You were dating a guy.
Yeah.
And you were dating a girl in high school. Mm-hmm. Did they know about each other?
Yeah. We hung out. We split our time.
It was a throuple.
It was a throuple. You are the OG throuple.
No,
right?
because
Don't talk shit about me being in a throuple.
You're right, boo. I take it all back. I didn't know I was married to the queen
of throuples.
Oh my God. No, he was my boyfriend and she was my girlfriend. We weren't each other's couples.
Oh, okay.
It was like I had each.
So you were the kingpin.
Jeez.
That's what they're called? I'm done.
Jeez. What did I get myself into?
So you were dating. Okay, how long were you dating with the guy before you
got
pregnant?
pregnant? Ugh, I'm embarrassed. 8 months or such like that. Like not even a year.
Okay, so you were dating him on and off, or you guys were pretty consistently
No, we were in the whole like.
That was her man.
That was her man.
That was her man.
Was that the first guy that you were with, or were you with other guys before that?
No.
Okay.
Definitely had other boyfriends before that.
Yeah. Okay.
And girlfriends before that.
Oh, okay.
She always likes to say that, like, if you talk about Fernanda's dating life and you say, like, oh, like, you've had boyfriends or whatever, she loves to have, she says, yeah, but I also had a bunch of girlfriends. Like, yeah.
Okay, so can I ask
got
you
receipts for them.
what would you say you identify as, if you identify as anything, like bisexual?
Well, I'm a full lesbian.
Okay.
Proud lesbo.
Proud lesbo. Do you find men attractive?
Yeah. I can
Okay.
look at some of them and be like, yeah, he's handsome.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah.
So you were 16 when you had Mel. Mm-hmm. How old were you when you came out to your family?
Oh my God. My mom probably had the biggest shock because I was mad young. I was like 18, 17.
Oh, okay.
And really it was because she was my best friend.
Uh-huh.
And like I hung out with her my whole life, like all through middle school and then into high school and out of high school and stuff like that. So I was always around my friend. And then we ended up dating. So she was like my childhood friend, and then we ended up being a couple, and my mom was like, you bitches, like, you know, like, I can't believe you guys did this all under my face kind of thing. But it wasn't always like that. We were literally best friends, which is the other thing. Like, all my ex-girlfriends were friends, but they weren't always gay. I was like the one that turned them gay kind of thing.
Oh, or she like, was the flipper.
She's the aggressor.
She was the flipper.
But you know, my
See,
to my
people
defense,
always think that the femmes are not.
No, right. They always think that.
To my defense, I now realize that I didn't love all those girls. It was more like they were my friends that I wanted to be with them all the time. So I was like, we might as well just date.
Tell the audience and Solange the story about that your mom likes to tell about you having sleepovers and what she thought was going on, but what was really going on these sleepovers that you would have.
Well, everyone thinks like you're never going to be into a girl, right? As a girl. So my mom would be like, yeah, none of your boyfriends get to sleep over, but like your girlfriends can come and hang out and you guys can have sleepovers and like whatever. Well, my mom didn't realize that I was bisexual because I always had a boyfriend. And then my girlfriends, obviously they couldn't be out in public about it, so we weren't like holding hands or anything like that everywhere in front of my mom. So she'd be like, you can invite your girlfriends to sleep over, and I'm like, okay, cool, like no problem.
You were like literally my girlfriends.
Literally, mom.
Literally, mom.
So she's like, you had this all happening in my house, and I had no fucking idea because you had a whole ass boyfriend too. And I'd be like, yeah, sorry about it. Like, until one day she was like, I knew kind of something was going on with you when you brought me a ponytail lesbian. And I was like, she was cute.
You have to explain to the viewers what a ponytail lesbian is.
You know,
I think I know because I was one of them.
Sleek ponytail, white tee, pants, basic outfit.
Oh,
sleek
I didn't
ponytail.
have the white. I didn't have the white tee, but I did have the ponytail.
Or like a basic t-shirt, like a solid shirt.
Okay. So you would say you were about 17 or 18 when you came out to your mom. Your mom was definitely not shocked.
I definitely think she was shocked. She was like, you're not allowed to come to my house anymore. You guys can no longer be friends. Like, it was like a cutoff for her. She was like, you're not allowed in my house anymore.
So she was not okay with it?
No.
Okay.
She was like, you have a whole ass baby. Like, you need to get your shit together. What are you talking about? You like girls now?
Did you continue to have a relationship with baby daddy after you had Mel?
Yeah. We were trying to co-parent. We did the whole, like, live together. I went to his house. He went to my house. But in reality, the problem of why we didn't last was because, one, we were mad young. Two, women just mature better and, like, get their...
Yeah.
They se ponen las pilas better, you know, in short. And, yeah, he was like a hoe bag. So he was, like, sleeping with other girls while I was pregnant. And I was like, I hate you.
How long were you guys together after you had Mel? Like, at what point did you...
Well, we weren't really in a relationship after that. We were just, like, trying to do, like, better with each other to raise Melanie. We weren't, like, committed to each other anymore because we had already broke that trust. So it was like, all right, we have a baby. Like, let's figure this out.
So while you were pregnant, you already knew that you liked women. You were having a relationship with a woman that was your friend. So how did she take it when she found out that you were pregnant with his baby?
She was just like, why didn't you tell me? We're friends still. And I was like, I don't know how to tell you this. Like,
and she was okay with you dating a guy, or just dating somebody else in general?
Yeah, because think about it, it's high school. So, like, she's into guys, too. She's probably into relationships also. Like,
okay, so you were both kind of doing this same thing. Oh,
and then she got a boyfriend, and at that point, I already had Melanie. And then he didn't like me because, obviously, maybe she told him that we had dated or whatever, and he was fucking weird about it. I was like, okay. So it's weird. Some men don't mind it, and some men are like, all right, you can never talk to her again.
Yeah, some men think it's like hot or something, or like they don't feel threatened by it, or they think like, oh, it's fine, it's just another girl. Maybe at some point I'll be able to join in.
Yeah, right.
And you're like, yeah, no, it doesn't work that way.
No, it definitely didn't. And he never really asked that either, which I like respect. Because I think he was like, all right, she's just doing this for fun. And then,
but see, that's the other misconception is that they assume that you're doing it for fun, that it's not real.
Right. Nothing's real for everybody sometimes.
I don't think it was real for your friend.
Well,
I think it was
experimental.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, it's high school. Does it really count? really, you know?
I mean,
it counts.
It counts because.
Well, if you go down below, yeah, it counts. But like some people are like, I kissed a girl, and like
It took me a minute. It took me 1 minute to figure that one out.
like if you kissed a girl, you can't say you're bisexual. You're just attracted to women. Which woman isn't? You know what I mean? But if you full send, like I think you can say like,
I am descending. I am officially a lesbian.
Oh,
I just feel
man.
like you gotta do the work to be counted as one.
Okay.
It's my life, guys.
That's a perspective. That's a perspective, folks. All right. So, how did you come out to Mel? At what age was Mel when you came out to her? If you came out to her, like how did you do that?
I really didn't have to, thankfully, because again, Melanie was growing up with me. I was literally young. I had girls all around me all the time. I had sleepovers all the time, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't like the creepy way you're trying to laugh at, babe. Chill.
I'm not.
It's like I always had my house friends. Like my friends were always around us. So when I did date my friend that I told you that we ended up dating, she was like what I call a STEM also, but like a stud almost in a way. She was like masculine in her vibe and her energy, like she didn't like to be girly, but she wore her hair up in a ponytail. Like she still had hair on her hair kind of thing.
That's a STEM to you?
Yeah.
No.
I think you're a STEM.
No, I know a lot of studs that still wear their hair in a ponytail, but they don't have any feminine qualities.
Well, she wore cologne. So you wear perfume.
So she's a stud.
Well, she didn't have shaved head. Then she shaved her head.
I don't think a stud is shaved head.
I don't think a stud is shaved head. I think a stud is
mask.
Yeah, like a mask. Like you're masculine and
but
you're
but like more than a mask.
Yeah, but I mean, like you can have long hair and still be a stud.
Yeah,
Identify as a stud.
I know some.
I identify as a STEM personally because I do think I kind of play the role of masculine and feminine as well. Like I am feminine in a lot of things and I'm very masculine in a lot of things too. My fashion is both. But I do have short hair.
Okay, well,
but I had long hair at one point too.
At that time, she didn't identify as anything. She was just like, I'm a girl. So she didn't want to sit there and say she was into lesbian. Okay, she didn't sit there and say that she was into only girls. She didn't sit there and say she liked boys. It was like she just liked me. Her and I had an understanding of our relationship. Like her mom, we obviously both our moms, they ended up knowing we liked each other because we were always hanging out. Then our conversation changed where it was like all we talked about was each other. And like that's when my mom was kind of like, no wonder you kept talking about everything and you guys were always on the phone and blah blah blah. So she was my friend already. So I didn't have to introduce her to Mel because literally she knew me before when I was with her dad, before I was pregnant, and then when she was born, she was already there.
Yeah. But did Mel ever ask? Like, was Mel ever curious as to like, why are you with girls, or who are these? Like, you know, like kids ask random questions
Not at
sometimes.
All. She didn't.
Especially when they go into school and they see.
It wasn't until I was with Ava that
she started to ask questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because again, it was like my friends were always around me, so it's like you're a girl, like it doesn't make anything different. Did we hold hands? And yeah, she knew what love was. Like she definitely saw that we were affectionate with each other, but we weren't like making out or being weird or anything. I mean, I didn't feel comfortable with that either, you know, because she's a baby and like she doesn't need to see that.
If you were with a man or a woman.
Well, if I was with her dad, also I wouldn't be doing all that just because I wouldn't want her to feel like she can go, you know, babies kiss everybody. I was very like, don't kiss my kid, you know, like I didn't want people thinking you could just give love like that to everybody by kissing everyone. Like, no, keep your hands to yourself and shit like that.
Okay.
You can't do that.
Okay. So you came out to Mel, Mel started asking questions when she met Ava. How soon after you were dating Ava did Mel meet Av? Well,
so Mel and Ava met as friends already because she came to my house on a neutral like base, like you just came over to my house. It wasn't like an introduction. And then again, Melanie was always around. So when Ava and I started becoming official is when I want to say like we started just dating for like, because we kind of dated for like a whole year, like off and on.
Yeah, because we were supposed to just be a
Yeah, we didn't want
booty
anything
call.
with each other.
Okay.
And then it turned into
More.
marriage. Now
Wow.
here we are.
How soon do you think it is appropriate to introduce your child to a person that you're dating?
I definitely feel like when you're as young as you, like I was, I really didn't think Ava and I were going to be serious. So it was like she and I are hanging out. Like she's another friend. So I didn't introduce Melanie as my girlfriend. Again, it wasn't until like we were like, all right, we're about to become official. That was like a year later. At that point, Melanie had already been hanging out with her because we're at the park, we're at lunch, we're at the movies. You know, we're everywhere. So it wasn't like a introduction.
What was Mel's first impression of Ava?
She liked her. She has a good spirit. She's fun. She's kid-like.
I'm like a kid.
Very, very much kid-like.
Are you guys calling me immature? I don't know how to take this right now. I'm kidding.
No, but if she was like, she wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? Because my kid is definitely top before anybody.
This is true. So when did you know Ava would be a good stepmom?
I still don't know. I don't know. Just kidding.
She's lying. That is the biggest lie she could ever tell. I know that.
Too late now.
Yeah. Oh well.
Should have thought of that before you said yes.
Right.
No, shoot, I don't know. I'm really bad at this because I feel like Ava would have shown me she wasn't around. If she was to be like, is this too much for you? Then you got to go because my life is definitely Mel and Mom, and like you come second. Like you need to know that. And it was hard for some people to understand that, and sometimes it would be hard for her. But yeah, that was the thing. So either you were gonna be on game or you were gonna get out of the game.
Was there like a moment where you felt like, okay, this person is more of like somebody I would want to raise my child with rather than, the previous relationships?
Okay, so I think really it came down to me thinking like stability. Like, is she gonna be like willing to be like a family? Or is she gonna want to just be my girlfriend? Because there's nothing wrong with that. But then I'd had known like, okay, maybe we won't be together forever kind of thing. But I think it helped that Ava was always like, oh, how can I help you? Like, do you need me to do anything? And then she'd see me stressed out a bit and be like, oh, I can take her here if you need me to. Or I could drop you off and then take her here. Or we'll go to the park while you go do this. And I'd be like, oh, thanks. So I think that really helped me a lot, knowing that, like, she wanted to be there with Melanie also. And, it kind of opened my eyes because I was like, yeah, like you said in the last episode, she went from, like, a whole bachelor to, like, wanting to be a mom. I didn't want to take that from her because I feel like it's kind of hard to put that on people. Yeah. So when she naturally was, like, willing to do that, I was like, that's kind of sweet. I like that.
A little sweet.
And then her mom had a daycare, so it kind of helped that she was good with kids already. She came prepared.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I did come prepared. But Mel was also... We just clicked. But I do click with all children. But Mel and I just had a special bond. And then, I would give Fernanda the car sometimes so she could go do things because I hated seeing Fernanda struggle. I wanted to always make life easy for Fern. I'm the reason she got her driver's license.
Yeah.
Because she was driving my car without a license. And I was like,
riding dirty.
Absolutely not.
I did that once with an ex.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the good ex either.
Oh, God.
I mean, if they're exes, are they ever good?
I mean, like the jailbird ex.
Oh. Oh, you.
I shouldn't have let her borrow my car.
No, you shouldn't have. Oh, she could have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you would show up for her and try to help her as much as you could.
Yeah.
As a parent.
Yeah, because I knew from early on how important Melanie was to Fernanda. It still is, but was to Fernanda. And I have a really soft heart. Like my mom will tell you, anyone that knows me knows that I am such a giving person. So if I care about you and I see that I can make your life a little easier, I'm going to do that. And that's what I've done, with Fernanda. And with Mel, Fernanda was working at the mall and she would like take the bus. And I was like, you don't need to take the bus. I could take you, or I could pick you up, or you could borrow my car and I'll help you with Mel. And I did a lot of things that I don't know where it came from because it was just so natural for me to do it. And then it allowed Mel and I to create this bond together. And then it allowed her to see that like Mel's safe with me. Because as a single mom, I'm sure one of the main things that they focus on is like, is my child safe with this person, whether it's a friend or a partner? And I wanted her to know like Mel's fine.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, that I mean, that's a question for you, Fern, is how did you feel knowing that there was somebody who wanted to help you and wanted to show up for you and for your kid? Because I know, personally, that you have a lot of, I guess I would call them hiccups with, obviously we all have a past and we all have traumas of childhood and all of that. So I know that for you, trusting somebody else was very difficult, especially somebody that is coming in and wants to help you with your child.
Yeah.
And I know that was a big milestone for you to take a step forward and be like, okay, I'm going to trust you not only with my heart, but with my child's heart. So like, at what point did you realize, okay, this is somebody whom I want to, because I know you said that first she was just a booty call. Like, at what point, was there a moment in time that you can remember, or was there like a specific thing that happened where you were like, okay, I can trust her, I can see myself with her, I actually want to marry her?
I don't think the marry part came for a long time.
For a long time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that first year of trial was like a lot of it, because thankfully I know that I had like a lot of hiccups also, like stability and shit like that. I had people who actually wanted to help me because they saw what a good mother I was and like how hard I was working. I was like working 2 jobs. I was like doing extra shit on the side, like just trying to be like on top of my shit to kind of give my kid a good life. And then also people who understood my situation were like, I know that you're not a bad person. Like, this is just a bad card you were dealt.
Yeah.
So they were like, let me help you. You can do this. You can go to school. I'll watch her for you. Like, I have a friend whose mom literally like was like became my second mom because she was like, you got too much time on your hands. Like, I'm raising your rent if you don't go and do something with your life. And I was like, I can't afford anything else. So she was the one who forced me to go to school. And that was helpful. And then Ava definitely helped in that time too, because she was around that time, and I was like, what the hell do I do? Like, really? Like,
You were entertaining dental school
yeah, I was
at one
about to be
point.
cleaning teeth all year.
Ooh, we could have used a
She was,
dentist,
yeah.
even though I don't mind getting my grays done, so I'm good.
Yeah, we don't mind the
We don't
hair.
mind the hair.
I'm thankful for the hair part.
As long as there's a service
Yeah,
that we
we're
benefit
good.
from, we're good.
Yeah, thank God you're not working in an office because we
Yeah.
couldn't benefit from that.
No, we can't benefit from that.
Yeah, so I think that was helpful too, because she'd be like, okay, I'm gonna pick you up from school, I'll go pick up Melanie from school, and then we'll come get you, and then we'll go eat lunch. And I'd be like, okay, cool. So it was like, again, like comfort.
Yeah.
She kind of showed that. And then Melanie was really comfortable with her. Melanie's very affectionate too, and so she'll like, they'd give each other love and stuff, and I'd be like, okay, you guys are good. And she didn't give me no weird vibes, because she wouldn't have lasted half a year or a year either. But overall, I think just the fact that she was like, all right, Mel's a focus. I was like, we're on the same page here. All right, cool. Like, I like this, because my ex-partner was like, we need to get married, and I'm like, you're doing too much. Like, I'm not about to do all that just because I want you to be like a part of my life. She was already a part of my life, but she wanted more like she wanted to be like, what is it called, committed, a full send, and before she could be like, all right, we're gonna do all of this.
How long were you with that partner for?
For like a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then was that partner also like very helpful and close and all of that with Mel?
Yeah, she was my best friend 12 years before we started dating, so she was always around my house. Like,
Yeah.
I helped her flirt with girls on her phone and shit like that. Like,
Okay.
we were best friends, so it wasn't weird.
Okay.
And then after that, obviously Mel, she was my friend, and then we started dating, and Mel saw that it was love, so she'd be like, oh, give each other a hug, hold hands, whatever. Same stuff she did with Av, and it was just more permanent with Av, because obviously we ended up being together longer, and then moving in with each other, and we started off with roommate, and then we was like, oh my God, we're going to live with just us. Like, that's crazy.
So at what point did Mel start asking questions?
She really thankfully didn't have to ask. I think she just saw it for what it was.
Like, she never asked, who's Ava? Why do you guys sleep in the same room?
Well, she asked, and I'd be like, that's my girlfriend. And
Okay.
she'd be like, okay. And then that was it.
Would she say, like, what's a girlfriend?
Well, no, I don't think she did. I don't think I ever had to sit there and be like, this is what it is. Like, she just saw it for what it was.
She just saw love, and that's all she knew. And from that point on, it was on. Because now she's 13.
Yeah.
So she's at an age now where, like, things are obviously very clear. I know she starts high school
in September.
This year. Holy smokes.
She doesn't like us to kiss in front of her. Now she says that we're being weird.
Oh, but I think that's any.
No, and that's okay.
That's any kid.
But she does like to see us. Like, if we're on the couch and we're cuddled up, she comes out of her room. Oh, so cute. You guys are so cute. She likes that.
Like in an obnoxious way, or like
she likes to see Fernanda and I
have love
for each other.
No, I know because I've been there. And
yeah.
I like when you guys fight, she's just like, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like,
she likes the love. Yeah.
So when did you know you wanted to marry Ava?
When she gave me the ultimatum. She said, that's it.
I said I'm not going to be a girlfriend forever.
So the previous girl said, we got to get married, and she booked it.
I said, absolutely
And then
not.
the next one said, we got to get married, and you gave in.
I
said
said
yes.
I'm never. I said I'm not going to be a girlfriend for the rest of my life.
I said, you've been doing good so for 10 years. I said, you could do it.
You could do another
longer.
10.
You could do another 10, baby. You're doing great, sweetie.
You're doing great, sweetie. No.
And Ava was like, hell no.
Yeah, unfortunately. She was like, I need something permanent. And I was like, damn.
I'm a Cancer. We need that stability. We need to know you're not going anywhere. I mean, yes, there is divorce, but with marriage comes, like, it's known. You have to put in the work in a marriage.
Yeah.
In a girlfriend sort of relationship, you could get away with, like, not today. And yeah, in marriage, can you say you want space and not today? Yeah, of course you can. But ultimately, you're going to have to work it out.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
I mean, I think that if you make a commitment and a vow to one another, regardless of whether you sign a paper or not, to me, that is much more important and greater, because it's the commitment really that matters. But I do see the other side of it, where if you are married, like legally bound and married, yes, the escaping that relationship makes it much harder, because now you have to go through all these hurdles and all these legal things, right, to like separate. But I think that if you wanted out of the relationship, whether you were married or not, that's still there. Like, you still have an option to be out of it.
Yeah.
But the whole point is that you made a commitment, whether you signed a paper or not. But the commitment is to be in this forever with one another, and to get through the thick and thin. And no matter what, you are like your ride or dies. And I think that is more important than any paper. But I understand that for you, it was an act of, like, showing you that she's committed to you, and that you have more of a say in, I have a family now. Yeah.
And that's what I wanted I love my little family. You know, they're everything to me. The two of them are the reason I work as hard as I work, and that I grind the way that I do. If I didn't have a family, if I didn't have that, then I'd be working for myself. And I've done that before, and I become this reckless person that's out every single night of the week.
Bachelor off.
Yeah, and I'm just out there with no purpose, right?
Yeah.
So like they give me purpose, and it feels good to have that. It feels good during holidays to have the both of them, and we have each other, and I love that more than anything.
Yeah. Are you ready to have another baby?
Yeah, I want Mela to have siblings.
A sibling, not siblings.
If we have twins,
I'm down
God
for
willing.
2. I don't care.
So you'd be open and willing to do it. Open and willing to do it all over again.
Yeah, I'm young. What the hell? Why not?
That's what I like to hear.
What's it like now that you said you're young? What's it like dating somebody who's older?
It's not that bad when she's like
I don't act
tries to keep up with me. I'm just kidding.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah, I'm the old one. I'm like, oh my God, you want to do what now? But I'm like the thriller. Like, take me to the amusement park. Let's jump out of a plane. Let's go hiking. Let's go camping. And she's like, take me to the club. Let's go get bottle service. And I'm like, oh my God, I can only do this for so long.
Take me to the beach, the playa. I want to party on the beach. I'm down to go camping, but I'm not staying in a tent.
I don't camp.
Oh God,
I'm not that kind of lesbian.
I want a cabin. Put me in a cabin.
I need a toilet that works.
Yeah, and I need a shower.
I need a shower, and I don't need critters. And a bed, a mattress. I need a mattress. Yes.
So I'm down. I told her, set it up, because her cousins like to go. Set it up, set me up, and I'll be there.
I'll be there to glamp.
But I'm not going in a tent. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, call me whatever you want. I did the tent thing one time. That's all it took for me to never want to do it again.
I did it one time with my friends, and it was a lot of fun. We went to Catalina. We did it on a beach, and it was a lot of fun. But if we're going camping like big, where like a bear can come,
or any other creature,
I'm not doing it.
Just get a pot and like rattle it.
Oh,
they're scared of noise.
No.
You see,
it'll be my luck to have them not scared of mine. They might be deaf.
No.
I might get a deaf bear, and he doesn't hear it, and here he comes after me.
Or the bear just wants to cuddle with Ava.
Yeah. Right. No, thank you.
You know, that was one of the things I told her, like, before we got married. I was like, we got to start doing things I want to do.
And I said, okay.
And we haven't done it yet.
So what's something you want to do? Let's put it out there. It's going to get done this year.
Yeah.
Bucket list, Ava and Fernanda's bucket list for 2025.
What
What
do you
is
want to
it?
do?
So
Give me 3.
I want to go snorkeling, like deep diving.
Oh, like deep sea diving.
Yeah.
Like with the sharks?
Yeah, like that. Or the
I don't do that either. Hell no.
Our life insurance doesn't cover some of these things. Like, you can't go put yourself in that situation, then you die, and then you get life insurance.
You're going to go missing pretty soon.
Yeah.
All right, maybe you don't have to go. I'll just go.
No, I don't even want
No,
you.
we're agreeing to one of these. So give us 3 and then we'll agree to...
I want a dog.
Okay.
That's like not an adventure thing, but it was like I always grew up with a dog. I had Dalmatians, I had boxers, I had shih tzus, I had
Shit shoes?
shih tzus. Shih tzus.
English isn't her first language.
What are they called?
Shih tzus.
That's what I said.
We're going to have subtitles for
I
this
had
episode.
shit shoes because, I'm from the hood. That was the kind of dog I had.
A shih tzu.
Okay.
All right. What else?
And then,
What's the third thing? Make it good.
like camping. I want to be in nature more. I want
which
to
one do you want?
Camping. Sign me up for that. Get your cousins. Natalia, I know she watches. Set up the
Wednesday.
camping.
She wants to go glamping.
No, I
When
just
you
want
go
to be an
glamping,
outdoorsy girl.
when you go glamping, one of the activities is snorkeling, and you take your dog.
Okay, listen.
Boom!
All
You
in
knocked
one.
all 3 of
All in
them.
one.
The
All out in one.
snorkeling
See how easy that
in the
was?
deep sea is not happening.
I did that actually. I went to
You're
Hawaii.
not helping me with my
I went
case.
kayaking into the middle of the ocean, and you jump off of the kayak, and then you go in a group of people because you don't want to be by yourself because that's
Right.
when the dun 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 shark comes. So you go in the middle of the ocean with our crazy guide who reminded me of. Oh my God, what's that actor's name? He's like 50 First Dates, and he's always
Adam Sandler.
but the crazy friend.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
With the weird eye,
yeah.
always. That's what he reminded me of.
Bob Schreiner.
Yeah, Rob Schreiner.
yeah.
Him. So we went out into the middle of the water, like open ocean, not just like in the open ocean with Jackie. Actually, she was with us.
I'm aborting it.
And you just jump out and you have the little snorkel and you look at the little fish and it's all pretty. And then you're like, okay, I'm done.
How long are you out there for?
And we were out in the water for maybe, I don't know, maybe like 15 minutes.
That's enough for a shark to come.
And then, but when you're in a crowd, it's more to eat.
It's more to eat. It's more to eat. He's going to bring his homie and no. You guys have it. No.
I'm terrified of sharks. If there are 3 things I'm terrified of, it's open water. So sharks, anything that lives in the ocean.
So you did all that.
Snakes. There's no way in hell I'm going to be anywhere near snakes. and like giant spiders. No, thank you. Camping is out. And then heights.
No,
like you're not gonna get me.
She got me to do. I don't do heights. She got me on a zip line. She got me to go bungee
I did
jumping.
that too.
She got me to do all these things, right?
I got you in the middle of the ocean. You freaked out. Remember?
Yeah, because I was such a fat ass and I couldn't.
She's like, help me. I'm like,
I couldn't get back on the jet. This is what I was like,
here
babe,
I am, like,
I couldn't get back, and I was having a panic attack because I thought any minute a shark is gonna come snatch my leg.
You literally did panic.
It's like a little. It sees a little prosciutto. It's like, ooh, I'm gonna eat that little prosciutto.
So like, yeah, I freaked out. I had a freak out moment.
She's like, babe,
we were in Cabo.
help me. I'm like, how? Like,
I almost cried.
Fernanda's like all underwater.
Like,
oh my god.
and then
That's
she didn't
funny.
get back off, and I had to jump off and do it again just to be like, babe, look, nothing's happening.
That is funny.
Well, we're going to the Dominican. We could do like.
You could do snorkeling there.
We went snorkeling in Hawaii
Barely.
because your ring fell off.
Right, that doesn't count.
Okay, so we could do. I'm down to do something like that in the Dominican. I'll set that up. But I'm not going. Listen, you can't have it all. I can't go deep sea diving like a scuba suit.
You can go see the aliens that live in the ocean.
Listen, Solange, if you keep giving her ideas,
You gotta get your lungs together then for that, and I don't know how strong.
okay, thank God.
No,
See,
you use a thing. Oh, okay. Sorry.
we're good. We'll go scuba diving in the Dominican. So does that mean we don't have to go camping? Because there's out of the three, I pick one.
I'm not doing these. Listen. The thing was, you become more adventurous. That was a part of the plan. That was in the contract, the invisible contract we signed.
We did.
Yeah, and the dog. The dog is coming, or we're getting a duplex.
Okay, listen. Listen. We'll do the snorkeling in April. Okay, because that's when we're going, and then we'll do the camping. Her cousin, I'm looking at you. She's looking at you. She's gonna set it up. We'll go camping. That's two things. 2 out of the 3.
Okay, 2 out
then
of 3.
A dog can come when we get a house.
Okay, so this has to happen this year.
Yeah, the two things.
The two things.
Fine.
Those are on the bucket list.
Fine.
We will reconvene at the end of the year.
Fine.
And make sure those two things have
Something
happened.
got done. Mm-hmm.
Fine, not a problem.
Because now this is out in the ether.
No
got
problem.
It's out there.
witnesses.
We got witnesses. We got something to reference to.
No problem, guys. That's what we'll do.
All right, Av. I know you got your own set of questions you want to ask. Yeah, for the most part. The rest is we'll play a little game, and I got some other questions. But
all right, how was it to date someone from a different culture than yours?
Oh, I liked it actually because I love all the food. I don't discriminate against food, so I eat everything.
This is true.
Yeah. And I was like, teach me something. Teach me about your culture. Take me to your mother's house. I'm good with moms.
How did your mom react when she met Fern?
Yeah, that's for you to answer.
Because I think that was the first time you introduced somebody to your parents, right?
Yeah, at first, Fern till this day is my friend, according to my mom.
Mm-hmm. Even though we got married in front of her.
Yeah. But Fern, my mom loves Fernanda. She loves her. She gives her a lot of love, a lot of affection. Fernanda really makes an effort with my mom. Like that for sure is like her mother-in-law that she loves. Like she knows she can go over whenever she wants to. She calls her, my mom answers.
She's known Melly since she was little too, right?
Yeah. She's known Mel because Mel would come over. I would watch Mel. My mom at first was like, "Whose kid is this?
Whose baby is this?
Yeah.
Whose baby did you
I'm
steal?"
like, it's just my friends.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to say.
Does she like create a bond with Mel and a connection with Mel since she was little, or no?
No, it probably, I would say maybe it got more serious maybe 6 years ago.
Okay.
And my mom always makes sure to buy her presents for her birthday, for Christmas, whatever Mel wants. Every time she sees Mel, she gives Mel a lot of love. Mel loves her. She loves her. She loves going there. If I say my mom's cooking, she's having us over. Mel, yes, let's go.
Does Mel have a name for her?
Everyone calls my mom Nahi June.
Oh, okay.
So that's what everyone calls her. Like my mom, yeah, that's what she prefers to be called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even my niece doesn't call her grandma. She calls her Naiju.
Yeah, my mom was like, you don't call me grandma. Even
Yeah.
to my nieces and nephews, she was always like, I'm mommy.
Yeah.
Aw.
yeah.
Mommy de la mami.
That's
Mom
cute.
of mom.
Of mom,
Yeah, that's what we call my grandma too. Mommy de la
okay.
mami.
How cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we were finally allowed to go to Thanksgiving,
Oh, yeah.
that's like when your mom was like, all right, because we weren't allowed to go there. We were
Oh.
we were allowed to go every other day of the week. It was like holidays, we weren't allowed to go there.
It wasn't that you weren't allowed. It was that my mom, my mom didn't know how to tell the rest of my family that this is Ava's girlfriend. And then my aunt, who was at the wedding, she was like, we all know already. And then everybody met Fernanda and they just like loved her. It's easy to. Fernanda is easy to like or to love because she's really nice. How was it for you to introduce me as your girlfriend to like your mom, your grandmother, your dad?
So I feel like with my mom, she was kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, our gap. She was like, girl, this is my homegirl. Like, she could be my homegirl. What are you doing here dating her? And I'd be like, you're all not hanging out. Like, this is my girlfriend. Like, you guys are not hanging out like that.
I'm fun.
This is true.
And then, yeah, my mom was kind of like, all right, whatever. She probably thought it was, like, another relationship that I was going to get in and get out of. Because I wasn't, like, big on committing. I was very, like, if people got on my nerves, I'd be like, all right, I'm done with, like, I don't want to be here anymore. So my mom was like, okay. I would say she was pretty open and accepting. She was like, I don't want to say that I was a rebel kid, but I was like, I really didn't care about what people said or thought or did or whatever. I was just very like, this is my life. I'm going to show you my friends. I'm going to show you my girlfriend, show you my, like, I wasn't embarrassed about anything. My grandma, she, on the other hand, she used to judge me a little bit on my, like, posts and stuff. She'd be like, tan buena que eres, like, how good of a kid you were, like, why are you posting this, or why are you doing this, and I'd be like, okay, I gotta block you, like, I can't show you certain things on my profile. That's when I was younger. Now she was more like, okay, like, hi, like, no, hi, like, she didn't pay no mind to her, but she acknowledged her.
Yeah, she didn't really pay a lot of mind to. I was intimidated by her.
Is this your mom's mom or
My
your dad's?
grandma.
Oh,
My dad's.
Dad. Okay.
Yeah, no, her grandma I was intimidated by. She finally turned the corner. Maybe I would say maybe 4 or 5 years ago. She started to become more comfortable with me because, like, I tried with her. Like, even though I knew she wasn't accepting of me, I still like showed her my heart, like showed her how nice I was, and then she fell into my charm.
Yeah, Alva's very charming.
I am very charming.
She is.
My dad, he was kind of like, well, he was out of my life for a little bit because he was like incarcerated and stuff. So I've always been daddy's girls too. So I feel like he missed so much of my life that he was like, he didn't want to put anything back. So when he found out I was pregnant, oh my God, he cried. He felt Melanie's kick for the first time he saw me pregnant. And that was like a whole thing. My dad's a crybaby, so he's a little cancer too. And he's emotional and he's all love. So he was more like, I don't care. Like, you could like her, you could like him. I really don't care as long as they eat whoever makes you happy. And I was just like, okay, perfect, thanks. Like, breath of fresh air, because I was scared of him mostly. Because I was like, you know, he's Latino, machistos and all that. He didn't really like Melanie's dad because of the fact that we were young. I remember he was like, when are you guys getting married? I was like, I'm not marrying him. Like, tripping. Because that's culture. Like, you have a baby, you're going to get married, you're going to commit, you're going to build a family, you're going to take care of your responsibilities. But my dad, he was open to it. He was not, like, pushing back on anything. He was just like, as long as she keeps you happy, then I'm happy. And if she doesn't, then, that's when we have a problem. And she doesn't do that. So.
No, he told me I needed a backbone in order to date his daughter.
Or you'd go missing.
Yeah, he knew I wasn't. He knew that
I don't think he was worried for her.
He was worried about me dealing with his daughter.
That too.
He was like, you want to date her, you better get a backbone. And the minute I got a backbone, she was like, hold on, I don't really.
I said,
both her parents told me you need a backbone. Like, Ava, you're too soft. So then I was like, they're right. And then I got a backbone. She's like, no.
I was like, don't be brand new.
I don't like this. I was like, no.
Be brand new.
I liked you for a reason.
All right. What makes you so free spirited, so carefree, so, as you would say, like not rebellious, but
Yeah, like
free.
that I don't care
Yeah.
attitude.
Honestly, I don't know what pins the point, but from as long as I can remember, I was always just like in my own world, doing my own thing, and like a reckless kid. Like my tias and my tios would be like, come over here, like just come in, or don't do that. And I think it just made me more like, well, I'm gonna get in trouble or I'm gonna be bored, like, or I'm gonna get in trouble and I'm not gonna have fun. So, or I'm gonna get in trouble regardless. So, what the heck? I might as well just do what I want.
Okay.
All right. What advice do you have for people who can't be as open and free as you are?
I don't know. I think just being true to yourself is important. Like, at the end of the day, we're all coming here by ourselves and we're all leaving by ourselves. And I think that our life could be what we want it to be. And if we put too many limits and fears in it, like, you're never going to be completely happy. Mm-hmm. So I think just being true to yourself and not getting distracted by what other people are telling you or how to be and things like that. I think overall choosing yourself over anybody else is going to give you that, like, confidence to be like, no, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to do this, or this makes me happy, regardless of how it makes you feel. You know?
Yeah, like you got pregnant at such a young age. Did you ever consider there would be any other option? Or did your parents tell you, like, or your mother tell you, like, you have to have this baby? Did you, like, have any other, like, thought process through in that moment, being so young?
Yeah, I was like, I'm my mom's responsibility. Like, whatever she tells me to do, I'm going to do it. And then by the time she found out, I was 5 months pregnant. So there wasn't really much options at that point. Hearing the heartbeat, seeing the body, seeing the fetus in your body and hearing it, and then going and doing an appointment. I just felt like that was too traumatizing for me.
Why did it take 5 months for her to find out?
She was hiding it.
Well, I was in high school.
I didn't know she was hiding it.
Oh, yeah. She was hiding her pregnancy.
Oh. I didn't know you hid your pregnancy. What made you want to, like, not be so open about it?
Oh, yeah, no.
At 16.
Wow.
That, I knew I was going to, I was literally, like, worried, scared for my life when I found out I was pregnant. I was like, and I was so not, like, aware of, like, how medical worked, like, the insurance part of it. I thought that they would run my medical, what is it called? ID SIN number, and, like, my mom would get an email or, like, a newsletter that I went to go take a visit to the doctor or something. So I avoided the doctors. And I just took a pregnancy test, and I was like, I remember I was eating a Carl's Jr., the Hawaiian burger, and I took a bite into it, and it was like the bread, it was just not cute with the water in there, with the pineapple. I immediately released, and I was like, what the
like, what's wrong?
Yeah, and my friend was like, bitch, you're pregnant. And I was like, no, I'm not. She's like, you need to take a test. And I was like, and so I did. And sure enough, it came up. And then she was like, oh, yeah, right away, you're pregnant. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then I was like, I told him, and him and I were both like, what do we do? And we're like, how do we do this? And he's like, all right, we just got to work. So we were like in the working process to, like, try to terminate because we were both young.
Did he tell his parents?
No. His mom found out at 5 months, too.
Oh, so nobody knew other than you guys.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend.
No, my ex-girlfriend found out with my mom.
Oh, okay.
Nobody found out.
Don't get me wrong. I have a Latin mom, too. So I can only imagine the fear that would go into telling your mother that you're pregnant, especially at 16,
and
for
also
God's sakes.
She was a single mom of 4. Yeah. So it was like, to add another mouth, I was like,
She was like, oh, no, not this.
I gotta run away.
Yeah. At what point did you find out that you were pregnant? At 5 months?
No. I found out immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, once I took the pregnancy test, like...
Did you ever have, like, the birds and bees talk? Were you, like, aware?
No, but
to wrap it? Or...
Well, yeah, but... People don't do that when you're in a relationship all the time.
No, I'm just curious to like at such a young age, like, you know, how much knowledge you had.
I was very much informed. It was a bad mistake on my end, and I take full responsibility because now my kid's a dope kid, and I'm grateful she's here.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, she's the best.
Yeah.
How do you handle people questioning your sexuality because they look at you and you'll say like you're married, or at one point you would tell people like you have a girlfriend, and I remember hearing them say like, but you have a kid. How do you
with a man?
Yeah. How do you handle that?
I feel like I hear it so often that I don't take offense to it, because it's like not everyone is aware of the fact that there's IVF out there nowadays. We're in 2025. Like, if it was back in your guys' day, it's a little different.
Oh my God.
Grasp your pearls, boo. Grasp your pearls.
Did you just say that about
She
us?
just called us old. Back in your day. By the way, our day is not that far from your day.
I don't know, guys. You guys acting like I'm just kidding.
Well, that's why I think I'm throwing in the with a guy part, because obviously you can have a child with a woman and still not be so shocked that you're a lesbian. But I think if you meet somebody who has a child and has had a child with a man, then most people will be like, oh, well, what do you mean you're a lesbian?
Yeah. Well, now, not now, but Ava, when she first met me with my ex-girlfriend, she thought me and my ex-girlfriend had Melanie together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we're from back in that day.
Yeah, back in the day. So,
but what, you thought I had IVF or something, or I adopted?
I don't know. I didn't think about how it happened. I just saw the two of you guys live together, and I was like, oh, they have, because back in my day, 16 and pregnant wasn't common, right? So like if people were pregnant, they were in a relationship for a while, and then they had a child. Again,
I think it was pretty common.
Not in my group.
Oh,
not
in my day it was.
Yeah, but not in my group of friends, right? Like in my group of friends or people that I knew, that wasn't a thing. And so when I saw the two of you and I saw a child, I was like, oh, okay. And you guys seemed like you guys were a clique. And I was like, oh, they had a kid together. They have a family. Mel is their child.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I thought.
Yeah. Other than that, when people say like, oh, well, because my grandma was like, but like, you had a man like before. And I was just like, yeah, well, I'm over that. Like, I don't really want it anymore.
Did you ever feel like you should have continued dating men to give Mel that like male figure?
I don't think so. I didn't. So I know so. I didn't choose that route. I could have went back, and I never did. It wasn't like calling for me.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not going to live my life for anyone. You know how many families are broken, whether man and woman are there. I was just like, yeah, no, you already showed me you're not a good fit for us, so we're out of here.
Yeah.
And basically, yeah, I feel like when it came to being asked that question, I'm just like, well, I changed my mind. Like, in simple form. Like,
that's part of her I don't give up attitude.
And I really don't owe everyone an explanation all the time. So I'm just like...
Yeah, and I think for me, the most beautiful thing is the male figure in Mel's life, because you have two brothers, but one of them is older than you. Mm-hmm. And I know that he cares very much for Mel, and he partakes in, like, taking care of her and all of that as well at times. And I think that he is a great representation of a male figure in her life.
Yeah.
He's and her godfather.
He's also an uncle.
Yeah.
My younger brother, too, he was very excited. Yeah. He was so excited for her when she was born. And also, like, even now, they'll go and, like, have picnics or whatever, take her out, go to the movies, do things like that. My aunt and uncle, I used to spend summers there, and so Melanie also gets to do that now. And so he's like a father figure for her too, because he's very fun. He lets her be. He doesn't like try to like control her or anything like that. He just allows her to be, and he just enjoys her presence basically. And so she's like, I love that. Like, yeah. And my dad now is trying to do that with her as much as he can, like whether it's on the phone or when he sees her, like things like that. They all just try to show up. I feel like every man in my life, like in my side of the family, has definitely tried to be like, Mel, like, what's up? Where you at, girl? Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, don't forget about us.
They're all
here.
going to show up with shotguns the minute she starts dating.
How do you feel when I discipline Mel?
I hate it. Because sometimes I'm like, that's not how I would say it, but I had to step back and be like, okay, I can't always be like mama bear. Like, I have to see it from another perspective. So I appreciate when you give it, and I've learned to like shut my mouth. But it's hard to see. It's hard to see because I'm like, don't be talking to her crazy now, you know?
Yeah, it's hard for me to see it when you do it too. That's why I just stay in the office now. Because I think we've learned to like allow each other to discipline Mel rather than always save Mel. Because like when Mel was younger, we both wanted to save Mel. But now her little mouth, sometimes she needs
It's running.
Yeah.
It's running. Last question.
Shoot.
How did you feel when you saw Mel so emotional at our wedding?
I was so happy for her because I
For
feel
her?
like I was happy
she's
for
wanted
her.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's literally had been like counting the days till the wedding and was like, now we're like officially fam. Like now we're like locked in, and I'm like stuck like glue, like she would say when she was younger. I was really happy for her, and everyone telling me that she was crying the whole time, I was just like, she's not a one for a lot of words. She very much like shows her affection rather than express herself. I was really happy to know that like we fulfilled her like happiness there. Yeah.
So, because next week is Valentine's Day, I have a few questions I want to ask you guys. Who is the most romantic one? Oh. What do you guys love most about each other?
I love that she is as free-spirited as she is. I love that she's pushed me to my adventurous levels because I probably wouldn't be like that. And she's given me a extended family, like her entire family, both sides, her mom and her dad, they're huge. So she's given me a place. And I think I've always said that, like, Fernanda's given me a place in her life that it just makes you feel good, like you belong.
I love how caring and affectionate she is. That's like a huge part of why I liked her so much, and like again to love her so much is that her heart is like she shows it all the time, and I feel like the fact that she wants to be there and show her love and acts of services and stuff like that, I'm always like, I see you do that for me because I receive that way. And she's affectionate, so I try to be affectionate for her.
We're going to play the newlywed game now.
Oh God, I'm nervous.
I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to write down your answers, and then we're going to compare how many of these you guys get right.
I'm so bad at these things.
Okay. So, first question is, who said I love you first? All right. Fernanda, show us your answer.
I wrote it so small. Hold on, let me write it again.
You can say it too, because,
Okay.
some people listen. They don't all watch.
Oh, you're right.
They're missing out if they're not watching.
Me, I said I love you first.
What do you have, Ava?
Fern.
Bernie said I love you first. Number 2, what does your partner think your most annoying habit is? Ava?
That I don't deep clean.
Oh, that she doesn't deep clean.
That's a good one, babe.
That's a good one. Fernanda?
I'm wrong?
No, you're right on the money. I said she doesn't make the bed. So that's a part of cleaning.
Because you're already in it. You're still in it when I get up.
But make your side.
Make your side.
She's in the bed.
So then I get out of bed, and then my side's made, and hers is still like this.
Oh, like this.
All right.
Okay. If your partner could eat one food for the rest of their life, what would it be? Don't look.
Oh, I know what it is. I had to answer this in Mexico.
Del Bruno.
Okay.
Fern?
Persian food.
Yes. Sushi.
Yep.
Oh, that is true. She does.
sushi.
Every time we're like, what do you want? Sushi.
Sushi.
God. Okay. Who is the better cook, and what is their signature dish? Okay.
So as you can tell.
Okay. Fern is the better cook.
Uh-huh.
And her signature dish is the huevos rancheros.
Huevos rancheros.
I don't get it at any restaurant now that I've had hers.
No?
Yeah. Huevos rancheros. Yeah, that's what I agreed.
Who takes Who takes longer to get ready in the morning? Without a doubt, without hesitation, I can answer this question for you.
There you go, Soli. On the menu.
Fernanda for a unanimous answer.
Yes.
If you two went on a spontaneous weekend trip, where would your partner want to go?
Spontaneous, like around the world, or
No, just like
Anywhere
like a
here?
random,
Local?
hey, let's go somewhere this weekend. Where is she going to take you?
Don't look at my page.
Yeah, don't look at her page. I see you cheating over there. All right, off where?
Miami.
Oh, I was taking a plane.
yeah, that's what I was like. How far are we going?
Oh, are we not taking a plane?
I mean, it's a weekend, I guess.
All right, so Greece, because she
Greece?
hasn't been there.
Weekend.
Well, you
Going
said
to
the flight.
Greece for a weekend.
Yeah, the flight to Miami is 4.5 hours.
What's the first thing your partner would buy if they won the lotto?
Okay, I put land.
Just
yeah,
land.
I put farm.
Oh, okay. Land and farm. I like that. All right. Who's more likely to leave the house with mismatched socks?
I'll put relax. It's not a race. She's all.
She's so, I know this answer. I'm writing it in big bold letters.
Everything's a race.
I said me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Accurate.
I actually pair my socks and put it in the drawer.
Okay. And last question. Who's more likely to apologize, even if they are right?
yeah.
Ava.
Do you want to show them your paper?
No.
Fernanda?
Yeah, Ava. She's saying sorry first.
I mean, Fern's like waiting.
Hell has to freeze over.
No, it just has. I have to really be sorry to say sorry.
Oh, and that doesn't happen very often.
God.
All right, now we're going to play our last game with Fernanda before we say goodbye. And we call this Boo or Snooze Celebrity Edition.
Oh, I want to play this.
So, Ava.
I wrote down the celebrities.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to tell us if you want to boo them or snooze them. And if you think of any, you could throw them in there too. Okay. Because she's been wanting to play, so.
Okay.
All right. Michelle Rodriguez. She was in
Oh my
Fast and the
God.
Furious.
You need to make them from like.
I thought
this
she
is
would have
in
known.
our day.
Fast and the
Fast
Furious.
and the Furious?
Yes, Vin Diesel's
Oh my God.
girl.
Oh, the Latina girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
baby
Latin
Jesus.
girl that's in Fast and the Furious.
She's got a body, but I
Boo
snooze
or
her.
you'll snooze
I'll
her?
snooze her.
Sin Santana.
I snooze her now. She's past time.
Damn,
You-
Boo. Okay.
I know. You see why I work out now? You see why?
Don't pass your
I
time.
told you. All right. Margaret Robbie.
I love her.
Boo or
Booing her.
Cardi B.
She's my homegirl. I'm snoozing her.
Lotto.
I'm snoozing her too. She's a little too much for me.
I thought that
No, you got me wrong, babe.
you told me.
She's cute, but she's not gonna be my boo.
All right. Rihanna.
You like that's what you wrote?
Yeah.
I thought you know what I like.
Berna,
Boo or snooze?
Boo or snooze?
I'll boo her.
I thought
that's a hard boo.
You knew who I like. I'll boo her.
I'll boo her. That was a hard boo, though.
Mariah Carey.
I'll snooze her.
Avril Lavigne.
Snooze.
Alicia
Surprised she knew who
Keys.
that was.
Snooze. I did.
Because she likes Skater Boy, the
Yeah.
song.
I put Melly on. I said, Mel, this is what I listened to on my MP3
Who was the
player.
last one? Sorry.
Alicia Keys.
Oh.
Snooze.
Katy Perry.
Snooze.
All right, that's all I have. I don't know.
Sweeney. Cindy Sweeney.
Oh, because she has knockers. That's why I did. I asked Cindy Sweeney on the last one. That's why I didn't want to ask. Okay, Cindy Sweeney.
Boo.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to say thank you to Miss Fernanda for coming on. Also, Fern, where can people follow you? Because she is a hairstylist.
So I'm in the LA area, and you can follow me on Hair by Fernanda, spelled like Fernando, but just an A at the end. And yeah, I'll follow you guys back.
All right. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later, boos.
Later, booze.
Bye.
Babe.
Thank
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Let's Say More podcast. If you can please show your love and support by writing a review on Apple Podcasts, rating us on Spotify, and of course, spreading the word and sharing us with your community, we would greatly appreciate it. The Let's Say More podcast is produced by yours truly, Solange Aurelio, and Ava Mozafari, and edited by myself as well, Solange Aurelio.